All right, good evening. So, breaking news, you have former district attorney in an Ahmaud Arbery case on Jacqueline Johnson. So, in Glenn County, grand jury on Thursday handed up a criminal indictment against former district attorney Jackie Johnson for her handling the aftermath of the Ahmaud Arbery killing that took place last year in February. So, Johnson is charged with obstruction of a police officer, which is a misdemeanor. On the day of the shooting, she allegedly told two Glenn County police officers not to arrest Travis McMichael and the man who shot and killed Arbery, an indictment said. Johnson is also indicted for allegedly violating her oath of office. Now, you violate the oath of office, because she really went against the fairness and dignity, regardless of sex, race, and orientation, and creed and religious affiliation. She could serve up to 1 to 5 years in prison for that. So it was for showing favor and affection to Greg McMichael, so who was Travis McMichael's father, and also he was charged in the case. So Johnson failed to treat Ahmaud Arbery and his family fairly with dignity. The indictment states so. Charges stated from Attorney General Chris Carr's request in May 2020 for the Georgia Bureau investigation to investigate a potential case of prosecutorial misconduct during the investigation to Arbery's death. So he said, our office is committed to ensuring those who are entrusted to serve are carrying out their duties ethically and honestly. So Carr said Thursday, we thank the Georgia Bureau of Investigation and the Glenn County Grand Jury for their hard work. While the indictment was returned today, our file is not closed and we will continue to investigate in order to pursue justice. So Johnson, who cannot be reached for comment, was wrongly criticized critically and ultimately voted out of office. Yep, she did not. I think she lost too. She did not get. Yeah, she did not. She did not appear for re-election. So, Ahmaud Arbery, man, 25-year-old black man, he was unarmed and he was shot and killed on February 23rd in 2020 in the Stelia Shores neighborhood just outside of Brunswick, Georgia. He had been chased down by 3 white men. I seen the videos, very graphic. It shows Travis McMichael, and you had Greg McMichael and Roddy Bryan. He was the neighbor. That's the one that was recording. And scheduled to stand trial on October 18th. So that's going to be interesting. I'll be covering that. So Travis McMichael and his father, both of whom were armed, began chasing Arbery in a pickup truck after Greg McMichael saw Arbery running down the street. So Bryan soon joined the chase in his own truck and took the cell phone video showing Arbery being pinned by 2 trucks and then charging at Travis McMichael, who fired 3 fatal shotgun blasts. Johnson, as the local district attorney, had immediate conflict of interest because Greg McMichael had worked in the DA's office. Yeah, Greg McMichael worked in the DA's office many years. Before retiring in 2019, I think it was about 30 years. So he had connections, and I think that's kind of played along too. With they was working with the attorneys not to release the video, but he released the video because he thought it was going to be helping for the case, and that's why they didn't actually get arrested. Right then and there when the police showed up. So this is really sad, man. So my son and I have been involved in the shooting and I need some advice right away, McMichael said in a voice message on Johnson's phone that was later played in court. It has not been divulged whether Johnson and McMichael had a discussion about the shooting after he left the message. A few days later, without following state guidelines governing conflicts of interest, Johnson informed the Attorney General office she had stirred a case on George Barnhill, district attorney, and the neighboring Waycross Judicial Circuit. In turn, Carr formally appointed Barnhill without knowing Barnhill had potential conflict of his own. His son was a prosecutor, and Johnson's office had previously worked with McMichael. The indictment alleges that after Johnson disqualified her office from the case and recommended Barnhill to be appointed, she did so without disclosing that she had previously sought the assistance of the DA Barnhill's on the case. So the indictment also discloses that Stephanie Oliver and Stephanie Laurie, the 2 police officers Johnson allegedly told not to arrest Travis and Michael the day of the shooting, are listed as witnesses in this case. Yeah, it's going to be interesting because we got to get that information too. Wow. So this started to make sense. So when Arbery's mother found out about Barnhill's potential conflict of the interest, she pressured him to step aside, which he did. So Carr ultimately appointed the Cobb County District Attorney Office to oversee the case. So last year, its prosecutors obtained a murder indictment against the McMichaels and Bryan. So in August 2010, the governor, Sonny Perdue, appointed Johnson District Attorney of the Five County Brunswick Judicial Circuit on the Georgia's coast since 2010. So, yeah, man. So now we understand what's going on in the back burner, because I used to find that odd. I'm like, wait, this happened way back in February, and you tell me y'all just now releasing this video in May, and now yeah, because there's been an uproar, they had to arrest him. So, the former District Attorney Jacqueline Johnson had something to do with that. So she used her power and influence to actually not to have the cops involved. I didn't know they took a statement. Even he wasn't even the man that was going in there, so-called stealing things and verbally. So yeah, these men they traveled, and they probably said some racial things to him and everything. And they had with some shotguns. I mean, you mean to tell me like that is really not approachable? I'm minding my own business. I'm running, minding my own business. And then you guys coming out here following me, chastising me, something that I didn't do, yelling at me. And you guys have guns? Come on, bro. Of course he's going to be hostile on that. And y'all shot him to give him a reason to shoot and kill him. That was very sad. That was very angry. I remember that was a really huge uproar going on in the country. So Stephanie Oliver and Stefan Laurie. So those two police officers that Johnson told him not to arrest. So yeah, they're going to be on the witness stand. So that's going to be interesting how this case is going to unfold here in the upcoming month. So next month. So we're going to see about this case. I think there's going to be some more cases coming on. So I'm like going ahead and try to, if you could get some on cameras in there too, and the Ahmaud Arbery family can receive justice, man, because this is completely uncalled for. There's a lot of killing going on, especially in 2020, especially with the George Floyd, many things, man, between the cops. But it goes to show you that, you know, people in influence that have some racial intent here, you know, they will always try to do anything in the back burner. But like I said, whatever you do in the dark is going to come into the light. Even if you do go and get away with murder and homicide and things like this, and you advocate for wickedness even on earth, and you might get praised for it, but at the end, you know, God sees that and you're going to be punished by him, you know. So so in all reality, you're not going to get away with it. That's one of Satan's tricks. So with that young man, you know, because that could have been me, you know, that's why I take this very to heart. It is what it is, man. So I guess Chris Carr is actually, you know, I think he's the right now the current district attorney, but I'm glad that she's been indicted. So I think she's gonna do like maybe 1 to 5 years for violating the oath. We gotta get these racist people out here that's actually representing the states and certain districts and counties in the state, man. So that's why voting and all this stuff is so important, especially in your local elections. But that's all I really have to say, man. You guys continue to like, comment, subscribe, share this video. It's your boy Young Lee Jr. Thank you for everybody for supporting the channel. I really appreciate it. I'm out. Deuces.